Gary, fine margins.
Yeah, it was. And, disappointed that we didn't get something out of the game. Because when their crowd get going and they were going all through the game, it always feels like sometimes that the opposition are doing more than they are. But we got beat by a super goal. Can't do a lot about that, he struck it really well. I don't think he scores too many like them. And we lose the game 1-0 when maybe Mo could have pulled it back to two lads that were free in the penalty area. Then you go home with a well-deserved draw. But it's a difficult place to come. The crowd are part of how they play, and the relentless pressure they try and put you on, and the ball's into Reed and then he flicks them on. I thought we dealt with that quite well. But it was just taking our 4 or 5 chances that we had that we didn't on the day. And so that's why all the lads are a little bit disappointed, because we was in the game, played some good football at times, got in, but without that final bit of quality that gets you a goal or wins you a game.
On the balance of the 90 minutes, do you feel a bit grieved that you haven't got a point?
Yeah, I think so. But it don't matter, does it? We haven't got a point, and we would have had a point had Naivety not set in. Just before half time, we give a free kick away, and they sort of blasted it down into our penalty area again. And I don't know what happened after that. Then the fellas just struck it and bought a ticket, got the prize, sort of thing. So it's unfortunate. But we got to move on. We looked okay. We played some decent football. We had enough of the ball, I think, possession-wise. We had to go long sometimes because they're shutting you down. Sometimes we had to try and play. But I think maybe we deserved the point, but we didn't get it. So it's lost.
The game plan was working so well, wasn't it, until the goal went in?
Yeah, other than the first 5 minutes again. But it was when the goal went in, we thought if we could have got to half time, and then we could have tweaked it a little bit. And I thought the lads were coming into the game at that point. We were definitely coming into the game. And I felt that two people being on the same wavelength at the same time, and one bit quality pass and one quality finish is what we were looking for. And we got a couple of quality passes, but we didn't get the quality finish.
You made a change at half time. What was the thinking behind that?
Just that Elijah looked a little bit lost up there. He was sort of working hard, but we couldn't quite work out, when he was going to go long and when he was going to come short. He was making pretty similar runs to Mo, so we felt we needed another presence up there with Righty. And to be fair, he won a few headers, kept it up there for us. He trained well yesterday, Righty. So we thought, well, he's waited a little while. We give him a little go. And then we put on Sammy just to give us sort of like a free up front, and then when we put on Tails, we pushed Winnie up a little bit. But then they saw the game out like they do. The goalkeeper goes down injured because he's the only one that can't come off the pitch. They then have a water break, and the refs don't see it, and they don't understand they don't seem to understand opposition that do it cleverly, and that was what they were doing. And then 4 minutes went up. Should have been 10.
And what would you say you'd like the referees to do?
Well, get me a big fine. What's it on about? No, I can't tell you.
They're clearly a very strong side. Do you think they're perhaps a year or two ahead of Cheltenham in terms of their development at the moment?
I think they are, because they've got a lot of experienced lads in their team. They've got lads that have done a little bit more than some of our lads. They didn't show any real naivety, did they? But I don't think there was a lot of difference between. I really don't. Between the two. If you turn the atmosphere off and watch the game, you'd see that both teams were pretty similar. Both teams competed. There was a lot of 50-50s. There was a lot of goalmouth incidents, where we had to be strong to head balls out. They had to be strong to head balls out. So I just think we got done by lovely goal that the fella's never going to score again and hasn't done previous.
But on the plus side, you knew the defence was going to come in for a battering, and they've stood up really well tonight.
No, they have. The team stood up well. You know, I was pleased with the effort again. Listen, no one can point a finger at the team's effort. Every game they show that effort. But on the day, a little bit of naivety, as I've said, and a little bit of quality that you need sometimes. Just where there's a like. If Mo had pulled it back, that would have been a bit of quality because we got in and he'd have seen it and we'd have had an easy goal. So, but you know, he'll learn, and he is learning, and that's where sometimes you lose a point where somebody's still learning.
Okay, thanks for coming up.
No problem. Thank you.